So annoying. I wanted to make a video for everyone who is interested in the new trail that leads from the Hardman Farm historic site to downtown Helen. We went this past Saturday on what was kind of like the first Saturday that it was open, and we loved it. So I was just going to give you a rundown. It is a mile-long trail, and it's paved, and it's ADA accessible. So that means even a wheelchair can make it. It's pretty level, great for strollers. It is bike friendly and pet friendly. So really everyone is welcome to access the trail. If you have ever been to Helen before and you are coming up Georgia 17 North, you may have missed Hardman Farm because it's a little bit off to the side, but I bet you have seen the Indian Mound. It's a green grassy mound with a little white gazebo on top, just sitting out in a cow pasture. So you can turn, if you're headed north, you can turn right, and Hardman Farm is on your left. And it's the newest state historic site in Georgia. So it's always been there. The house was built in 1870, but as far as being open to the public, it is a new thing for it to be open to the public. So you would turn right there, and you would follow a little sign that would take you kind of down a winding road to a parking lot, and you can park there and start on that side, or you can head into Helen and you can park on that side. And if you've ever been in Helen, there's kind of this main drag called Main Street, but then there's some back roads that keep you a little out of the traffic when there's a lot of festival stuff happening. And on one of those back roads is the Helen WATERPARK. So if you've never been there, I'll give you the address. It's 222 EDELWEISS STRASSE. I don't know. I never took German. So STRASSE. That's the literal address for the water park. But the end of the trail is so close that if you get to the water park, you'll see it pretty quickly. Start on either side. You can bike it for a mile. It follows the Chattahoochee River, so it's really beautiful. It was mostly shaded. There are a few spots where you can pull off and stop and get a sip of water or let traffic move by. The day we went, there wasn't a lot of foot traffic. We were the only bikes there. A couple of pets, but you can, if you've ever been up 17 and seen the Normal Granary and the, I think it's Jumping Goat Coffee, they are opposite you. So that is a really cool spot to watch trout fishing, and if you wanted to detour to Normal Granary, they have some cool stuff going on in there. But overall, the trail is really easy. I think anyone can do it. I think even like we had 5 bikes with us, and I think our youngest bike rider was 5. So I would say almost anyone could do it. My 2.5-year-old has a balance bike, and I was going to let him. He can make it a mile, but it's a little bit so close to the river that I could just foresee if he got a little too far away from me and kind of lost his balance or something, I could be fishing him out of the river. So he rode on the back of my bike, but it is doable. He totally could have done it on his balance bike if he had wanted to. So you could just go do that. You could just go do the trail and love it and enjoy that section of it. But if you're wanting to make a little more of a day of it, we ended over on the water park side, and then we rode our bikes into, downtown Helen. I don't know if you can call Helen downtown. Alpine Helen is what some people call it. So our favorite thing to do is to go to the candy store there. The name of the candy store that we love is called Hansel and Gretel. They've been there since like 1973, something like that. They have, caramel apples, candy apples, chocolate-covered candy apples coated in M&Ms. They have all kinds of fudges, pecan brittle, peanut brittle, truffles. The whole deal is there. So that's like a really fun stop if you want to head into the little town. There's a toy store there called Jolly's Toys. That's kind of a unique little shop. There's quilt shops. There's t-shirt stores. Some kind of touristy knick-knack items, I guess you would say. But you could definitely spend a little bit of time in downtown Helen and enjoy it. Other things to do pretty close by. Unicoi is close by. Anna Ruby Falls is close by. Smithgull Woods. Brasstown Bald is a little out there, kind of generic area. So yeah, it's a fun day trip. The Hardman farm, if you've never been there, never done that, it is, used to be an operational farm, and then they have tours, and on the tours they'll teach you a lot about the history of the area, and talk about farming. And at the time when the house was built, it had kind of a lot of bells and whistles that were unique and made it, something that people would talk about. So that's something you can do. They also have festivals. They'll do like farming festivals, and they'll have donkeys there and old plows, and talk about old farming techniques. I know in the fall they'll have a fall festival and talk about early Americana fair festivals. In July this year they're doing a You Pick Corn Day, where you can come and pick corn that they're growing there on the farm. Closer to Christmas, they'll have like a Victorian Christmas tour, and they'll decorate the house in Christmas decorations from the era and have like twinkling lights, and so that's kind of a cool Christmas thing to do. So anyways, plenty to do. I think you'd love it. I'll try and type in some phone numbers and stuff like that if you want to have some more information about numbers to call and things to try. But that's it. I think you'll love it. I think any kid can do it. So I would say definitely try it out, and I hope you enjoy, and put any questions you might have in the comments. Okay, bye.